Can you beat Pokemon Crystal only using your rival's team? After finding out that the rival in Gen 1 cheats too much to legitimately mirror his team throughout the game, I was intrigued to find out whether this would work out in later generations. This time I obviously wouldn't make the mistake to just go in and try it blindly, but do some research before. Therefore I did not try this in Gold and Silver, since one of my rival's Pokemon is not available until you can access Mount Silver in those games. In Crystal I should be able to obtain said Pokemon earlier. I'll go into detail once we are at that point in the game. Until then, let's just get started. As with the last challenge, I'm writing the script as I play through the game, so all of this has been written before I even start. So go ahead and guess in the comments down below whether I can do this time. Anyway, here are the rules. I can only catch and use the Pokemon my rival will use the next time I face him. This includes having the same stage of evolution on those Pokemon. I cannot grossly overlevel my team compared to my rival's team. Exceeding his levels should not happen at all. However, I will accept a level or two on a Pokemon if it is due to a mandatory trainer battle before that. I can use HMs and TMs on my Pokemon and learn or forget moves he doesn't to show that a better trainer can make this a better team. Also, it would be annoying to carry around an HM slave. No items in battle except for held items and balls for catching. Items outside of battle are allowed, and no glitches or exploits to gain any advantage. Note, I am again playing this on a German version of the game, as I have always played Pokemon in German and don't want to relearn attack names and such in English. Therefore the in-game text of the game will be in German. I will still commentate it in English though, since looking up a few things for the script while I'm writing is way less annoying than having to look up stuff all the time while playing or relearning everything in English. So let's go. I use the Universal Pokemon Randomizer to exchange Cyndaquil for a second Totodile. So both me and my rival will start with Totodile. I also turned the option for changing impossible evolutions on, so I can acquire trade evolutions by leveling up instead, since I can't trade on an emulator. I name my character Deadman as per usual, have my mom explain how to use a phone even though I told her I already know how to use it, and get my first Pokemon. I chose the Totodile I replaced Cyndaquil with, so my rival will steal the remaining Totodile later on. I name it Bananawani after the giant crocodiles in One Piece from the Alabasta arc. As I leave, I get a potion, which I will probably not use a whole lot of, seeing as I can only use them outside of battle, and make my way over to Mr. Pokemon and Professor Oak. As my rival's Totodile will still be level 5 at our first encounter on the way back, I run from most encounters on the way to not level up. Once there, I get an egg and a Pokedex. On the way out, Elm calls and screams about something terrible, so I make my way back. On the way, I run into my rival, so it's time for the first battle. Both our Totodiles are practically equal. I start with Scratch right away as he leers me once, lowering my defense. Obviously, this way his Scratch does way more damage to me than mine does to him. I keep on scratching and he gets my health into yellow. The berry Bananawani was holding kicks in, saving the match. A few more scratches and I win the first battle. Also, before you comment you said no items in battle, I specifically said held items are allowed. It's right there in the rules. The next encounter with him will not be until after the second badge, so I have until then to build my team. For now, I need to go back to Elm though. Once back, I get asked for my rival's name. He very clearly stated his name to be 3 question marks after the battle, but I decide to still call him Asshat as is tradition. Also, what the hell kind of name is 3 question marks supposed to be anyway? I show Elm the egg and he sends me off to become Pokemon champion. On the way out, I get some balls handed to me and go tell my mom to please not waste my money on useless things for me. Next stop, Dark Cave to catch a Zubat. I rage and scratch my way through the routes, getting Bananawani to level 9 on the way. I get lucky and immediately encounter a level 2 Zubat in Dark Cave. I catch it and name it No, my standard name for its evolution line in my Nuzlocke. I have some grinding in front of me with this one, as No can go all the way to level 14 until the rival battle. Before I worry about that though, Bellsprout Tower is first and I'll have to wait until it's night to be able to encounter a Ghastly there. Now, catching a Ghastly was a bit of an annoyance. Bananawani only has normal type moves right now, so I have to rely on No to weaken it. Leech Life isn't very strong, and on top it's not very effective cause Ghastly is a poison type. So this took way too long. Eventually I catch a level 3 Ghastly and name it Phantom, the standard name for its evolution line in my Nuzlocke. Next I went up Bellsprout Tower to claim my HM05 Flash. I think this is the first time I actually used Spite in a battle, getting rid of all the Wine Whip PP of both the Bellsprouts of the guy that gives you the HM, so they can't do anything but use growth while I rage them to death. But that just for a little side note. Violet City Gym is next. Faulkner's Pidgey goes down to a combination of hitting itself and rage, and his Pidgeot practically slept through most of the fight, so this wasn't much of a challenge. Onwards we go. Leaving the gym, I get a call from Elm to get the egg from his assistant in the Pokemon Center, so I make sure to leave it to rot in the PC. I pity the poor soul that will have to clean out the Pokemon boxes eventually. In Azalea, the gym is blocked by Team Rocket, so I jump down a well instead. I get my Pokemon leveled up a bit more, and then it's gym time. I can already not use Phantom anymore for this though, as it's already on level 12, and the level of my rival's Ghastly is going to be 12. But No and Bananawani got this, I'm sure. His Metapod and Kakuna go down to No's Supersonic and Bite. His Scyther is way over No's level though. I miss Supersonic twice and he finishes off No with a quick attack. I forgot to give No a berry before the fight, otherwise I would have had more chances of confusing. Next I go to Bananawani since I don't want levels on Phantom, but I do literally no damage and go down to Fury Swipes and quick attacks. I have to use Phantom now, so I put Scyther to sleep and spite away all his Fury Swipe PP so he can't touch me anymore. From there it's just licking it to death. And Phantom ends up gaining 2 levels. As I said, I accept overleveling by a level or 2 from a mandatory battle, and this is a mandatory battle, so I'll just leave No underleveled to kinda make up for that. Before facing my rival now, I'll just have to level up Bananawani to level 16 and evolve it. That, however, is not in the realm of possibilities, as Totodile evolves at level 18. So again, like with the Raticate in Red, my rival is cheating, evolving Pokemon before they reach the appropriate level to evolve. I will handle this the same way I did the Raticate in Red, and just evolve my Totodile on level 18, and have 2 levels more than him for that. That's what he gets for being a cheater. He starts off with Ghastly, I lead with No. A Lick does next to nothing to me, and I confuse him. Bite is a Dark type move as of this gen, so it's super effective, and I finish him off easily after he hits himself. Out next is his Zubat, and I switch to Phantom to put it to sleep. I miss Hypnosis 3 times in a row, waste my berry, and get bit to death. Side note, Hypnosis hits 70% of the time, so these 3 misses in a row had a 2.7% chance of happening. Pokemon is totally a skill-based game. I go to No next and accidentally hit Leech Life, doing basically nothing. His second Supersonic confuses me, so I have a 50% chance of hitting myself now. This obviously happens twice in a row. No goes down. Bananawani is out last and kills his Zubat with a Water Gun and a Rage. I specifically chose Rage for this finishing move to already have 1 Rage down for his Croconaw. He uses Scratch and I keep raging, so the damage I do keeps increasing from continuing to rage. This strategy makes me come out as the winner. Next time I face him, he will have a level 20 Haunter, again a cheated evolution as Ghastly evolves at level 25, Zubat on level 20, Croconaw on level 22, and a Magnemite on level 18. So we'll need to get to Route 38 before this fight to get that Magnemite. First is Goldenrod Gym though. In the forest, I shoo around a Farfetch'd until it runs into a tree and gets picked up by its trainer. For that I get an HM for Cut. I teach it to Bananawani cause it's the only one who can learn it, and continue to Goldenrod. I go to the supermarket and buy the TMs for Ice Punch and Fire Punch. I teach Ice Punch to Bananawani and keep Fire Punch for later. Someone will probably be able to learn that. I go to the radio tower and win a radio in a quiz, and then it's time for the gym. I'm really not sure about the Miltank with rollout, but I go for the leader anyway. She leads with a Clefairy, I lead with Phantoms, cause normal type moves won't hit it. I put Clefairy to sleep and try to get rid of its Metronome PP with Spite. but it fails 3 times in a row, and the Dragon Rage Metronome one-shots Phantom. I send out Banana Wani to water gun it to death as it keeps metronoming. Before the last water gun it uses Double Slap instead, and of course hits 5 times, cause RNG is the greatest thing ever invented. I switch to No for the Miltank to confuse it. It stomps me to 1 HP and I Supersonic it. It manages to not hit itself a couple of times, and in the end both No and Banana Wani go down without it even using rollout. I guess a few more levels on No can't hurt, but I need to keep Banana Wani under level 22 or it will overlevel before the rival fight. Phantom can't touch normal types anyway, and getting one-shot by Dragon Rage shouldn't happen again, hopefully, so I level No to 18 and try again. I save in front of her so I don't level on her Clefairy on failed attempts. I put Clefairy to sleep after a few attempts and switch to No for damage. Bite eventually wears it down and Miltank comes out. I switch back to Phantom to try for Hypnosis, but a single rollout finishes it off. Back to No, but it also goes down to a single rollout. The damn move has a 10% chance of missing. So far it has not missed a single time on me. I send out Banana Wani and go for Ice Punch. The rollout hits hard, but Ice Punch freezes Miltank, and I can keep on attacking for the win without it thawing. Hey, only 2 tries after all. Banana Wani is now on level 22, so no more levels until the rival fight for it. I get the watering can from next door and run it from the Sudowoodo after making it wet. It then proceeds to hop over the forest behind it to never be seen again. I make my way through Akritik and to the left to Route 38 and catch at level 16 Magnemite. I name it Tesla, the standard name for its evolution line in my Nuzlocke, and proceed to level Phantom to level 25. So it evolves. Again, this is what my rival gets for cheating on his evos. I also get No to level 20 and leave Tesla on 16 cause those 2 levels would probably not help much anyway. Time for the burnt tower and the rival fight in there. He leads with his cheated Haunter. I lead with Banana Wani. He curses and I bite the rest of his health away. Magnemite is out next and I switch to Phantom. Nightshade takes over half of his health and he confuses me with Supersonic. I hit myself twice in a row, again proving that Pokemon is totally a skill-based game, and finally finish him off with another Nightshade, living on 3 health. Next is his Zubat and I switch to Tesla for electric attacks. 2 Thundershocks take Zubat down as I snap out of confusion after 2 turns, this time without hitting myself. Last is his Croconaw, so I stay in with Tesla for type advantage. I make the mistake of trying to confuse it and get killed off with just 2 water guns. Next is Banana Wani and I try to flinch his Croconaw with bites. This works 3 out of 4 bites, with 1 being a crit, so I win the battle. The next time I see him will be quite a time in the future and he will have added a level 32 Sneasel to his team. Now this is exactly why I chose Crystal and not Gold or Silver for this. In Gold or Silver, Sneasel is not available until after the Elite Four and Kanto, in Mount Silver and the route in front of it. Here in Crystal, I can get one on the Ice Path. To access that though, I need to get to the Lake of Rage, meet Lance, get Team Rocket evicted from their hideout with him, and beat the Gym of Mahagamy. So until then, I need to get No to evolve and up to level 30, Tesla to level 28, Phantom to level 30, and Banana Wani to evolve and to level 32. Fighting the gym trainers in Akritik and seeing that they can hardly do damage to Tesla while I can wreck them with Thundershocks, and the fact that I can just switch to No and bite and confuse them to death in case they curse, makes me think I don't need more levels for this gym, so leader battle it is. He leads with a Ghastly, I send out Tesla. He curses and that plus my Thundershock leave him with a sliver of health. I finish him off and switch to No to get rid of the curse, as he sends out Haunter. I confuse Ray him and he curses again. The confusion doesn't help me, but I bite him to death in the end anyway. After a Nightshade leaves me with 5 health. I switch back to Tesla for his Gengar, I Thundershock him and he makes sure I can't switch with Mean Look. We then proceed to miss each other with Hypnosis and Supersonic 3 times each. This chance is inhumanly low. He finally hits a Hypnosis and Dream Eats me to death, since I still can't switch. I go back to No in case I can confuse him that way, but his Gengar is faster and Shadow Balls me to death. Next I go to Phantom and Nightshade takes off 25 of his health. No idea if Lick would have done more, either way Shadow Ball one-shots me, and I'm left with a single Pokemon. He misses one Hypnosis and Bananawani, who is by the way at 69 health, cause always 69, gets a bite off. The second Hypnosis hits, and lacking the correct berry on Bananawani to wake it up, I die to 2 Dream Eaters. Let's try that again, saving in front of the leader first, so I don't gain any more unnecessary levels. Second attempt doesn't go much better, as he hits 3 Hypnosis in a row and ends up eating my entire team. On the third try, his Gengar gets paralyzed from a Thunder Shock, he then hits a Hypnosis and I get a free switch to No on the Dream Eater turn. After that, a nice combination of outspeeding due to paralysis, him getting fully parried, him hitting himself and him flinching from bite make me able to kill his Gengar off. His final Haunter is out and Nightshades me. He gets confused by Confuse Ray and hits himself, letting me get a bite in before he finishes No with a Nightshade. I send Tesla back out in case it wakes up, but get Nightshaded out of existence. I send out Phantom and the Nightshade leaves his Haunter with a sliver of health. He ends up slapping that rest off himself by hitting himself in confusion, earning me the badge and the DM for Shadow Ball. I immediately go to teach that to Phantom and override Nightshade cause menuing prior to Gen 3 sucks absolute donkey dick. And I haven't saved after winning, so I couldn't reset to correct that mistake. The same bad menuing is the reason Nightshade was in that slot to begin with, cause I accidentally overrode Hypnosis there. I end up reordering all my moves so I can never override anything actually good on the first slot anymore and go on with the game. I go beat up some Kimono girls and their evolutions, so an old man gives me the HM for Surf. Man, these games are weird sometimes. I teach it to Bananawani and get on the way to Mahogany. Once there, I go straight up to the lake to take out the shiny Gyarados. After that, Lance is standing at the shore reading a sign, so we talk to him, and he convinces me to join his investigation team consisting of him and me. Back in Mahogany, I get into a little shop just as Lance makes his Dragonite use Hyper Beam on a man, before he rudely complains about me not being as fast on foot as he is flying on one of his Pokemon. Great role model, Mr. Elite 4 member. He then proceeds to rip up the floor of the shop to uncover a secret staircase to the hideout of Team Rocket. I get the passwords from the 2 grunts and realize Giovanni must be really into tails, seeing as the passwords literally are Slowpoke Tail and Raticate Tail. The fights are nothing to write home about, and the guy in Giovanni's office runs into a table on his way out. One more fight, and a few electrodes later, Team Rocket is out. Now I can go back up and beat the gym. The gym puzzle here is really easy for an Ice Slide puzzle. What's your most hated gym puzzle? Comment down below. You might remember from the Pokemon Red version of this that it's Surge's trash cans for me. Either way, battle time. He leads with Seal, I'll send out Tesla. I try Supersonic but miss. I Thundershock him into using Rest, and then kill him while he's asleep. Out next is his Dugong, and I start Thundershocking again. He finishes Tesla off with Aurora Beam still. I send out No and Confuse Ray him. He keeps hitting himself, and I bite him down to literally 1 health. He uses Rest though. I fucking hate this move, so again back to biting and Confuse Ray 1 turn before he wakes up. He hits himself or flinches again, until low on health and rests again. I switch to Phantom to spite his damn rest. I miss twice and spite his Aurora Beam instead, in hopes he can't hit No with it. No is back out after Phantom faints and back to confusing and biting. After endlessly not breaking through confusion, he finally gets 2 Aurora Beams off on No for the kill. Bananawani is out last, gets flinched twice by Headbutt and doesn't do enough damage to make a difference. Let's try that again. On the second try, his Seal is down easy and he sends out his Piloswine next. Confusing it with No and surfing with Bananawani makes this one an easy win. His Dewgong is out last, and No gets it to half health between making it hit itself and bite. Tesla takes over and he rests. I take him down to half health with Thundershock and confuse him with Supersonic as he wakes up and Aurora Beams. Another rest and I start Thundershocking again. In the end, Aurora Beaming me instead of going for the rest right away costs him the match. The path to the next team member should be open now. Oh, never mind, apparently I need 7 badges for that guy to leave, so Cyanwood and Olivine are the next targets. First to Olivine and the Lighthouse. Then over to Cyanwood for the medicine anyway, so I guess that badge comes first. Dang it, I forgot the Strength HM, back to Olivine. I wish I had Fly. I teach Strength to Bananawani since it's the only one who can learn it. Have you ever had your starter be your HM slave? I have now. Back to Cinnawood for the badge. Wait, did I read that as Cyanwood before? If I did, I'm not re-recording that. Anyway, he leads with Primeape, I send out No. A Confuse Ray hits him, but I can't really do damage, so I switch to Tesla. Tesla goes down to his fighting moves though. I send out Phantom, cause fighting and normal moves won't hit ghosts, and take him out with Shadow Ball. His other Pokemon is Poliwrath, and I go back to No for more confusion. He finishes off No, and I go back to Phantom. Phantom can't do much before getting surfed to death after not taking off enough PP with Spite. Bananawani is again lost and just about wins the fight with Strength. Bananawani also evolves the second time here. Another surf back, up the Lighthouse, and make sure I can fight the gym. We both start off with a Magnemite, but Tesla is the better one as it Sonic Booms her Magnemite off the field. Even though Tesla is paralyzed and confused. Next she goes to Steelix, so I surf it with Bananawani. She uses a Hyper Potion and I finish Steelix off with an Ice Punch and 2 more surfs. Her second Magnemite is last and I switch back to Tesla for Thunder Wave. But she Thunderbolts me to death before I can do anything. Phantom is next and I try Shadow Ball. 2 of them take her to half health, but Thunderbolt kills Phantom off. Bananawani is out and serves the Magnemite off the field, winning me the 7th badge. Back to Mahogany and finally off to the Ice Path to catch Sneasel. I am playing at night currently, so I do have a chance of encountering it. So I go down to the 2nd floor for a 5% encounter rate. After a bit, I catch a level 22 Sneasel and name it Gesundheit, cause sneeze, and cause that's also what I called that one Sneasel that I had in a Nuzlocke once. And then Goldenrod is the next target. Tesla is already at level 28 at this point, which is what our rival's Magnemite is at, so I can't use him in the radio tower. Gesundheit still needs plenty of levels though, so I'm mainly gonna use him. I'll also teach him a bunch of TMs for that. On the last fight in here, Gesundheit faints, so I use No and Bananawani, who both get to their max level before the next rival battle from that. This means I only need to get Gesundheit to level 32 real quick, and then the level lineup is perfect for the rival battle. He sends out Golbat, I lead with Gesundheit. I miss an Icy Wind and he wing attacks me. The second Icy Wind hits and he uses Confuse Ray. I hit myself in confusion and can't finish him off before he finishes me. Out next is my own Golbat, No. A Bite finishes him off and he sends out Magnemite. I go to Bananawani and the harsh level difference plus stab on Surf make this a one-hit KO. His Haunter is next and I switch back to No for super effective Bite. Haunter flinches on the first bite and the second finishes him off. He goes to Sneasel and I stay in, cause he shouldn't have an ice type move on it. He sure doesn't and only feint attacks. I confuse him and beat his Sneasel with Leech Life and it hitting itself. I don't think I ever beat a Pokemon before just using Leech Life. His Croconaw is next. So either Therapy lied to me, which is something I'm probably not going to ever have happen, or the randomizer just fucked something up again, cause he should definitely have his last evolution here. Like, come on, what is it with this guy? First he evolves mons before they should, and now he doesn't evolve it 2 levels after it should have evolved already? Either way, it makes no sense that he doesn't have a Feraligatr right now. Either way, it's not like Banana Wani wouldn't have one-shotted his Magnemite anyway, regardless of evolution. So I send out Tesla and 2 Thundershocks leave him with a tiny amount of health. He water guns me off the field though, and I go to Phantom and finish him with Shadow Ball. As I said, no idea why he had a Croconaw. Every source I can find says he'd have a Feraligatr in the normal game. So I'll write this off as a randomizer screwing up something and keep going. I can add a Kadabra to my team for the next fight in Victory Road, so I quickly go upstairs, get 100 coins and buy an Abra from the game corner. I name it Spoons after the one from the last challenge. I'll switch train this to Evolution in the Underground. I also teach it a few TMs. The fights in the Underground were nothing to talk about, and I got the key for the door on the 2nd floor of the Radio Tower. Spoons did also evolve while down there. The rest of Radio Tower isn't hard either, and I just use all those fights to switch train Spoons. Time to get through Ice Path and beat the final gym. While fighting the gym drainers, Tesla evolves. Time to see whether the levels are enough for the gym leader. She leads with a Dragoneer, I lead with Gesundheit. She paralyzes me while I choose to go for a super effective Icy Wind. My second Icy Wind misses, so does her Slam. 2 more Icy Winds take her first Dragonair out and leave me with probably not enough health to do any more damage to the next one. She sends out Kingdra and I go to Tesla. A single Surf takes me out though. I send out Phantom next and again go down to a single Surf. Next one out is Banana Wani and I eventually get her Kingdra into red health. But a combination of missing strength and 2 Hyper Beams finish Banana Wani off. I use Spoons to finish it off since it needs to recharge from Hyper Beam. Next is another Dragonair and I go back to Gesundheit. I miss Icy Wind and go down to Slam. Next is Snow and I land a Confuse Ray. It snaps out of confusion right away though and paralyzes me, so I can only get off a single wing attack. Last is Spoons and I have no chance of winning at this point. I'm faster and land a Psybeam. She lands a Slam and leaves me with literally 1 HP. A second Slam misses and 2 more Psybeams finish her off. If she had paralyzed me, she would have had a chance to end it before this. Her last Dragonair is out and this Slam hits. That's it, try again. I obviously need higher levels for this. All her Dragonites are level 37 and her Kingdra is level 40, so to have a chance I'll have to be quite close to the max levels for the next rival battle. Unfortunately, his Sneasel is the lowest level at only 34, and I definitely need the ice power for this gym, so no more levels for Gesundheit. Or it will overlevel during the gym fight. I do a bit of leveling and get everyone except Tesla and Banana Wani to level 33. Tesla should be fine at 32 and Banana Wani is a higher level cap at 38, so I get it to level 35. Also Spoons learns Recover, so that might come in handy. Time for attempt number 2. This time I just have more luck from the get-go, as I take down her first Dragonair without it hitting anything on me. Her Kingdra is next and I switch to Banana Wani. She keeps on smoke screening until I eventually miss a bunch and then get paralyzed by Dragon Breath. I go to Tesla and a single Surf takes it out immediately again. Next is Spoons, who gets off a single Psybeam before getting taken out by a Surf. 2 wing attacks from no finish Kingdra off though. Her next Dragonair is out and I go back to Gesundheit. This time her Thunder Wave hits, but none of the slams afterwards do, so I'm still at full health for the last Dragonair. 3 slams finish me off, but 2 Icy Winds did enough damage for No to finish it with a wing attack. Also Gesundheit is now at the level cap for the rival fight. Sore loser that she is, she doesn't give me the badge and instead wants me to go into the cave behind the gym. How the hell does she still have a job as a gym leader if she doesn't care about the simplest rules like I beat you and you give me the badge, that's it. Also I need Whirlpool for that dumb cave, so I take advantage of the fact that the move deleter is in this town and get rid of Cut for Whirlpool. I talk to an old man and he gets the gym leader to give me the badge by threatening to tell Lance about this. I also get DTM for Dragon Breath. I go back to delete Whirlpool again and learn Mudslap instead, since that's a lot more useful of a move. With that, I can go back to New Brocktown and surf towards the league. Now, at this point, the run could die to a technicality. Nobody on my team can learn Waterfall. Yes, you heard right. A Feraligatr, a water type, cannot learn Waterfall, a water type HM move. I personally find it a bit ridiculous. Now, for the reason this can kill the run, there is a waterfall between Johto and Kanto, Tojo Falls. You cannot proceed without waterfall. I decide, since my rival must have come through here and I sincerely doubt he swam up the waterfall, he must have gotten a Pokemon specifically to use waterfall exclusively and then boxed it again. I therefore catch a water type that can actually learn waterfall, in this case a Goldeen, with the Master Ball I just got from Elm, after coming back from the 8th gym, and proceed over the waterfall with it. Now there is another problem. The route afterwards does not have a Pokemon Center, so therefore I don't have access to a PC to switch the Goldeen back for my boxed Pokemon. The route ends right at the entrance to Victory Road, and as I need to fight my rival in Victory Road, there is no way I can do that with the team I need to do it with to complete the challenge. So the challenge is indeed not possible, and the rival cheated again, since he literally couldn't have gotten past Tojo Falls without Waterfall. Nobody on his team knows the move, he couldn't have switched Pokemon in between. I am honestly disappointed. The HM dependence was literally the reason I went for Totodile as the starter, since otherwise Surf would have already screwed me, since my rival never gets any other Pokemon that could learn a Water HM. Apart from the starter. 13 hours of game time, only to see that it's impossible due to a similar reason as in Red, a cheating rival. So much for the first 2 gens, but don't worry, I had a look at Fire Red out of curiosity, and it seems to actually give the rival the correct team for the starter spot that I choose. So this should make it possible to not run into the same problem as in Red, and therefore make it possible for the challenge to be beatable. But for now, leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.